Rarity, Applejack, and Pinkie Pie. So eventually they are going to perform this script. But here's what's the little trick we're doing? A little flip, a little thing. They can't sound like what?
We don't want to do sound-alikes. We're not here to imitate or to copy. We're here to find the inner voice of the character from where it comes from yourself.
We're here to create.
We are going to create something
original
new.
works of art.
That's
Terrified?
I think we have a new addition to our panel as well. This is Jessie Nowak.
So are you going to read one of our actors too? You can be one of our characters? Guess what? You're an actor. Okay.
So mark it down out of your system, right?
Yeah. So when you get a script, you're like, hey, gee, Mom, I want to be an actor. And you're like, oh, great, okay. There's a couple things you need to consider. Like, how do you get these words off the page and out how you all watch cartoons all the time, right? So it's not just about making funny voices. You really have to be these characters. You have to know who they are, what they want, which is called their intention or motivation, right? You need to know what's standing in the way of getting what they want, beside discord. It's called obstacles. You need to know what you're going to do to get what you want, and that as an actor is called your tactics, right? The actual verbs: I'm going to tease, I'm going to cajole, I'm going to compliment, I'm going to caress, I'm going to canoodle, I'm going to jar. Sorry, and I'm going to muss.
Nice product.
So who you are, what do you want? What are you going to do to get what you want? What's standing in the way of getting what you want? And then also, who are you in the scene with? And what is the relationship you have to those characters? It's a lot of thinking stuff, right? You've got to be kind of smart to be an actor. So on top of all this brain work you do called script analysis, then you got to let it trickle down into your body, figure out how you're going to do something other than who you are. But you kind of got to know who you are first in order to know how to go away from that. Does that make sense? Okay, so that's kind of in 5 minutes.
Checking your bracelet watch there?
Yeah, my bracelet watch.
It's a sparkle past a
It's
sparkle.
the latest thing in Equestria. When the diamonds cross the sapphire, I don't have a sapphire, but let's pretend. It's new. It's time for wine. But anyway. So, script analysis, character development. And then you have the actual script, which are the words, and they help you know where the story's going and what you need to do. So that's kind of the basics. But before you can even start to do something off the page, voice, this part's like 10% of your body, right? So what are you going to do with the rest of it? What are you going to do with the other 90%, as they say? Wiggle around? Great, stand up on your feet. Rebecca's going to take us through.
I'm going to lead you guys through a warm-up, a vocal warm-up. Everybody's invited. So this is going to be interesting with a microphone. Now sometimes you might think this is excessive, but it is true that our whole torso, in fact, all the way from our feet, all the way up to the top of our head, is involved in creating the sound that we make when we're voice acting. So what I want everybody to do, if you have room, if not, just kind of go halfway. We're going to do a spine roll down. This is just a great way to start any day, not just a vocal warm up. But I'm just going to put this down. This is hard to do physical things and talk at the same time. Nicole's all about the comedy today. Okay, so let the weight of your head draw you down towards the ground, and I'll demonstrate.
Come on, everyone.
Are you doing it?
sort of doing it. I'm trying to make sure that they hear you.
Slowly roll up and restack your vertebrae one at a time. I probably should have explained that before I did it.
Everybody's here. That's everybody's badges in place. Good. We're going to do it again. Okay, here we go.
Slowly roll down and exhale as you go. And while you're kind of halfway or at the bottom, if you're folded in half, that's cool. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath and expand your ribs. And feel the space that you get from stretching your lungs inside your body, and feel that those muscles between your ribs expand. And then slowly exhale. Oh, so good, right, Nicole? She's sitting down.
Yeah, but that's not it. That's just the first step. What's next?
So what's next? We're going to do a little side roll. We're going to reach one arm over, and we're just going to stretch out our side ribs because our diaphragm's connected all the way around our body. So let's do this.
And why do you need your diaphragm?
The diaphragm controls the breathing. It's a membrane that stretches.
And breath really is the foundation for everything, right?
Yeah.
If you don't breathe, you die. But if you don't breathe, you can't do things like that. Doesn't that feel good?
When you go into a session, you don't know if you're going to be screaming, right, guys? You might have a script, but they might all of a sudden throw another character at you and say, "Hey, can you be the dying swan?" And you'll be like, "Well, I warmed up today, so yes, I can."
Yeah,
or
like
you
stretch
say,
them.
or you say, "I didn't warm up today, so I'm going to thrash my vocal cords," which is not a good option for longevity of the voice. Okay, so we've stretched out our ribs. Now we're going to take a deep breath with both arms up. Reach up. And as you breathe in, feel your abdomen expand and exhale. This is just good for, this is good.
Here's a little mic tip.
on.
Never breathe into the mic like they hate it.
It's not good. So seriously, don't do that. If you're in front of the microphone, always point that down to the stand, and no engineers will come and kill you. Just a little safety tip.
Or you can angle up to the side too. Here, one more breath in. And exhaling.
Okay, one more time. And when you go up to the top, and then you're going to release with a
Yeah, big sigh.
yeah, big breath in. I just want to hear everyone do it. And go.
So musical.
Yeah. Welcome to the yoga retreat in Baltimore.
Okay, now let's vocalize a little bit more. Let's take, can anybody do this?
Yeah, so in addition to warming up your body, you have your lips, your teeth, and you have the tip of the tongue. This is the stuff that goes together to make all those sounds. So if it's dead, your performance will be dead.
So we're going to do a little roller coaster ride, just as gentle.
And it should start, if it starts, anybody whose nose itching or tweaking a little bit?
Yeah.
That's good, that means your face is waking up.
And now let's do some It's really over the top, but it's
I did that pretty easy.
I'm really happy you're not making chicken sounds. Oh, squeeze it up. Make your face as tight as you can. Small. Make your mouth big like a lion. Big chest. Stick your tongue out, everyone. Stick it out, make a sound. It's really small like Rebecca.
now just stop it.
Blah, 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 blah.
A little bit more connected? Are you feeling a little bit more connected?
Yeah, so does everyone feel you should, when you speak, it's not just from your throat, right? All the resonators. There's a word, say it after me. So where the sound can vibrate. Everyone, you
Resonators.
feel larger than life. Are you feeling ready to go? You feel like your instrument is warmed up? Okay, nice and stretched out. Okay, so your instrument's warmed up, you're ready to go, but who are you going to be and how are you going to get there? Michelle.
for DJ Nicole Oliver.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, so how many of you guys know what a character description is? Okay, solid. So when we get auditions, we get a breakdown, usually of the storyline of the show that we're auditioning for. Then we get a character description, character name, character age, gender, and then we have our sides. Now, I don't know if any of you have ever done film and TV before, but voiceover sides work a little bit different than other types of auditions for various acting things. They are very often just your character's lines. So sometimes you don't even have the whole scene to go on.
It can be hard.
It can be
to
hard.
know who your teammates are, who your relationships are with other people.
Yeah, so a lot of the times you really just have to make your own solid decision. And that's really what the casting directors want to see. They want to see that you've made a choice and that you're committed to it even with little information.
Bold choices,
Yeah. So with the character description, sometimes there will be like a good paragraph. What I like to say is there's about 3 important words in there, and that's all you really need to know. They'll say like, you know, this character is your brother, and this is where you grew up, and that's all dandy information. But then they will say shy, raspy, and youthful, or something like that. And those are the key words that will really shape where you want to take it. And you have to interpret that in your own way, right? As I said, making solid choices.
Because youthful isn't the same for everyone. Like, you know, I think I'm youthful, and then I look at you and you're youthful.
Nicole's youthful will be different from my youthful, and Rebecca's shy will be different from my shy. And so it's about embracing your individuality in the character, and yeah, making choices. So that's the main point. Now, do we want to get into a bit of the technicality of voice acting? Where do we want to go next? Or do we want to go to the
Well,
script
I think
first?
let's look at the script. So we have Rarity, Applejack, and Pinkie Pie, and they're pretty established characters. So Rarity, audience, what are some words you use to describe Rarity? Keywords.
Adorable.
Totally. I can see Tabitha reading that in the description, and that just instantly, that one word, bringing her to that place. And when she does the role, her hand is up, and she's embracing just even that one word, right? So what's another one? Fabulous?
Creative. Somebody said creative.
Yeah?
Creative, that's a good one. She is very creative.
And then, which one of you would like to do Rarity in the script? Have you prepared anything?
We have it. We got the scripts as we got on stage.
I love it!
This happens to actors too.
So, if you were all, let's say, auditioning for this project, you would prepare for all the characters. You would get great character descriptions like Michelle has talked about. You reflect in your life. When did I feel sad? How did that make me feel? You have to be able to lift the words off the page. Does that make sense? It can never feel read, right? It has to feel new and original every time you do it, even if it's take 100. So how about you do Rarity? How about, which one would you like to do out of Pinkie Pie and Applejack? Pinkie Pie, would you like to do Applejack? Okay, so when you get these scripts, there are words on the page, but in real life, there are so many things we do naturally without thinking about that create a sound atmosphere that helps to really make these words pop and feel real. So for example, everybody stand up. Okay, here's a description. You've had a really long, hard day. You sit down. What sound do you make as you do it? 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, so you're reaching for something. What sound do you make as you reach for that last Coca-Cola? If you're happy and you know it, what do you do besides clapping your hands? So interesting, inside the voice booth, if it says you're going to cheer, okay, let's say we have walls where it says cheering. Okay, at the count of 3, I want you guys to all cheer. 1, 2, 3. But here's the thing. you're making sounds and it's going to ruin your take. So I want everybody to cheer without clapping. So just using vocalizations on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. So there's so many things we do. As you walk through your day today, just notice how many times you add little sighs. So let's say you saw something really cool, like, oh, I don't know, Rebecca Stoichet walking out of the bathroom stall next to you. What sound would you make? Or let's say you saw Mitch Larson streaking down the hall. I know what sound that makes. These are all called what we call in the biz walla, or pre-life or post-life. Pre-life because they might come before a line, post-life because they come. I know it's hard.
Now, can I just say something? I saw a couple of you guys put your hands out when you did that. Didn't that feel natural? That's what you wanted to do, right? So as voice actors, we can't move our feet. We cannot be stomping our feet. The whole microphone is going to pick that up and stand upwards, right? So you should see us in a semicircle. We look like a bunch of monkeys. Because all we have is our hands. And so when you're cheering, you want to reach out and use that as long as you keep your face central to the microphone and you're not wearing bracelets like I'm wearing right now. Use your hands. And that will centralize everything into your face and bring it out to express into the microphone. So use that.
Exactly. Don't be afraid to use your body and use your face.
Keep doing that.
So I'm wondering, why don't we start working our way through? Do you guys want to go and work with them and make sure they're using their body and their face and give them tips as we work through? Would that happen?
Sure.
So this is Dinner at Capone's. Now, when you get a script, here's my little shameless self-plug. The last couple of years, I've been voice directing in addition to voice acting. So I thought maybe what I do is take you guys through the script. You'll have Rebecca and Michelle to help give you some acting points and tips when we're trying to make things blossom and grow. How does that sound for everybody up here?
Perfect.
Okay, does that sound good for you guys up there? Okay. So when you get a script, the lines are usually numbered. That's how we keep track of where we start and where we begin. This script, it isn't. So bear with us.
Hair director.
Yes.
What are the 3 descriptive words we should give to each of these characters? Because we need to start somewhere, right? We don't have character breakdowns on this script.
Okay, so let's start with our Rarity. So Rarity is going to be friendly, a bit of a know-it-all, and creative. So whoever our Rarity is, how would you are, right? Why don't you take a line and let's just play with that. Thinking creative, bit of a know-it-all, but friendly.
Darlings, I'm so glad we were able to come to Capone's together. You'll love it here, though I'm sad the others couldn't join us.
Love that. Could you try making her a little bit younger sounding and getting the pace of it?
Darlings, I'm so glad we were able to come to Capone's together. You'll love it here, though I'm sad the others couldn't come.
And could you maybe just put it up a little higher?
Darlings, I'm so glad we were able to come to Capone's together. You'll love it here, though I'm sad the others couldn't join us.
Great, and how would she laugh? Love it. Fantastic. So, yeah. So then that would become our voice rep. Okay, so let's know our next actor. So you are our Pinkie Pie, right? So what 3 words do you think, Michelle, for Pinkie Pie?
I was thinking energetic is a big one. I don't know. One of the things bouncy, yeah. Bouncy and what's you guys know her best. What's the third one? I would like to say this is a bit of an off-ball word, but for some reason the word dynamic comes to mind because when you have a character that has this much energy, the only way to make it really interesting, like Andrea does, is to give her the little moment, those moments where she just kind of goes, and then she'll shoot right back up.
Yeah, so she's quite dynamic from going high to low, but so that we don't all do this. The time we have a headache! Yeah. How about our Pinkie Pies a little more lower in their register?
A little more Barry White, I dare to say.
Yeah. What do you think about that? How would you do a line as you prepared in the last 10 seconds? Go.
I
Well, it's for the new book on magic, so we're probably gonna see her in a week.
What line were you doing there?
The fourth line?
Yes, okay. All right, now,
I want you to go a little bit lower and make her a little bit dumber. Make her a little bit dumber.
A perfect wallet for the book on magic theory, so we're probably gonna see her in a week.
great, and then every once in a while, I want you to go like, get really excited. Just add that on top.
A perfect wallet for the new book on magic theory, so we're probably gonna see her in a week.
Okay, now after the theory that makes you so excited, I want you to have a giggle fit.
A perfect wallet for the new book on magic theory. So we'll probably see her in a week.
Awesome. That's great. Hand of applause. Thank you. Believe it or not, we're not perfect. Although we pretend we're. I know, shocking but true. So if you make a mistake, all you need to do is go back to the beginning of the line in which the error occurred and do it again. No big deal. That's why your engineer is your best friend. All right, our third character is Applejack. What words for Applejack? Honest, dependable,
I like the word
friendly.
I like the word honest. I feel like in terms of translating that into what it could be for a vocal quality, maybe the word sincere. Is that genuine, sincere? That's what honesty comes across as, right? Okay, so we got honest, friendly.
Yeah.
Right, genuine, friendly.
Yeah. All right, so let's do a little Applejack line here.
Well, Fluttershy told me that Angel Bunny here wasn't feeling good, though I suspect the bug's faking it.
So, Applejack is very white on speed. And Rarity is fantastically Rarity, but really original.
So, you know, we all know what they sound like. We found their voices now. So we're going to start at the script. Can anyone tell me what is happening in the beginning of the scene? What's going on? Actor people on stage.
According to our description, scene, Rarity, Pinkie Pie, and Applejack are enjoying an evening at a fancy restaurant in Canterlot. They are looking at the menu, and non-unicorns have questions.
So you're sitting in the restaurant and you're looking at the menu, right? So what sort of sounds do you make when you look at the menu when you're trying to figure out what to eat? Right? So that would be an instance where maybe you can pepper some of that in. Hey, why don't we go from Rarity's line, darlings?
Until
Or just until we stop. Let's go down to the bottom of the page. First page. So when you are actually recording these things, in real life we have a tendency to interrupt, right? To jump on top of each other because we really want to share what we have to say. But you can't do that in the studio, even if it's written that way. You need to allow a little moment for the engineer to push the faders up and down. So if you have an overlap or a voice note, then we can't use that take. But you can't let the energy drop. So I want you to make